Hey guys, today we're gonna be I'm gonna show you how bootloader works in operating system. I'm gonna take a break from our OS project, and we're gonna be I'm gonna draw how it works for you to actually understand what I'm talking about. Because I got some reviews about that they don't know what I'm even talking about. So I'm gonna take a project to a halt right now and just talk about this. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is a bootloader. I'm gonna just draw this and hopefully you're gonna follow. So I'm gonna draw a circle, the letter B. This is gonna be our bootloader. A bootloader, it's it's just basically a file. And this file is really small, and it's so small in fact that it can fit on your RAM. Difference from a hard drive RAM is that it's also memory, but it's not that efficient. So your operating system, this, and your main code that we were talking about in our last video, it is stored on your hard drive. But when it boots, when you click the power button, what happens is the BIOS, which is your computer, it goes to the bootloader. So the operating system, when it boots up, it goes to this specific location called 0x77. Now, this location, when it goes to it, the bootloader goes, and if it sees the bootloader here, the BIOS goes there and it sees the bootloader, then it's gonna start it. The bootloader then goes to your main OS thing, whatever you OS have. I'm using Ubuntu. You can be using Windows, anything. It's the same thing. And this is your OS. Cool. So now the bootloader boots the OS, but the OS, what you're interfacing with, is called the UI. UI. Now, the UI is not fully the operating system. There's a lot of things behind it. That's what we're going to be covering. So, first, after it booted, I'm going to do this. My drawings are really horrible. I'm going to prove. And this thing called a kernel. I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing. Anyway, okay, we're just going to call it K. Oh my god. Right, kernel. Okay, well, we're just gonna label it K. I don't know why. Anyway, now this is K, and the kernel is the behind the scenes of the operating system. When you see the Windows logo and it boots, what it does, it boots all the drivers. Like, drivers are so your operating system doesn't really know when you click a button. Let's say click the K, for example. It so how it works is that the keyboard sends a signal to the driver. Then the driver tells the operating system somebody clicked the key. Then the OS knows that somebody clicked a key, and it says what key? It says K. Then it prints out the K letter. This does it really fast. It does it like in milliseconds. That's why you can spell anything, like absolutely anything. So when I press H, it does it all very fast. When I do I, it does it also really fast. I guess you get the point, but anyway, there's just a bunch of drivers in kernel, and there's also it loads your apps. So, for example, here I have terminal. This is in the if you're a Windows user, you are not gonna see this. If you're a Linux user, well then yes, you are gonna see it. But anyway, this is an app. Sounds very basic, but that's just where we're gonna start. And there's just a bunch of these apps that it loads. Each app is a file that is executable, and that file is why it takes so long for your operating system to boot sometimes, because you have a lot of apps, like I do. Spoiler: yes, I do have a lot of apps. Anyway, that bootloader kernel boots the OS. That is usually the procedure, but it's I'm gonna talk for 2 hours if I'm gonna go every single thing that there is. So we're just gonna break it down like that, and I think that is gonna be good for now. Next video we're gonna talk about the kernel, what it boots into more detail. Then we're gonna go back to the project, and yeah, I guess. By the way, very interesting video coming out soon. So, guess see you in the next video.